Now, Tehran sent an official letter to the head office of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Previously, the country insisted it only had one facility. That was at Natanz, you might recall. But the Islamic Republic says that both plants' activities are solely for peaceful purposes. Well, with sanctions against Iran being discussed by the international community, Iran is expected to be accused again of turning its nuclear program into a military one. Let's get across this developing news story this Friday. We're joined live by Dr. Ranan Gissin, now former senior advisor to the Israeli Prime Minister, joining us from Tel Aviv. Sir, thanks for being with us. So, first obvious question, does this news come as a surprise to you, and do you think it'll come as a surprise to the international community as a whole?
No, it's not a surprise to us. I don't think it's a surprise to intelligence organizations in Europe and in the United States. I think it's a slap in the face of the international community following the very firm statements that were made in the Security Council resolution against Iran. I think Iran is trying to play a game here where they will say, we'll continue to conduct the dialogue with you, but at the same time we'll continue to enrich uranium, which means that they could reach the threshold with enough fissile material to assemble a bomb in a much shorter timetable, and that means that the world has a much shorter timetable if it wants to stop the Iranian nuclear program.
Dr. Gissin, given Iran's declared stance about Israel, how is this news likely to be greeted in Israel tonight?
You know, with concern, of course, particularly among the public. I think our intelligence expert expected that. But I think it comes of no surprise, not only to us, but also to the Mukhabarat in Egypt and to the intelligence services of Saudi Arabia, as well as the intelligence services of the Russian Federation. I think this is the time for action now, because if Iran is able to cross the threshold of enough sufficient, I would say, enriched uranium that it can assemble a bomb, there's a whole, I would say, gamut of scenarios, nightmare scenarios, which may enlarge. Not necessarily the one where they mount a bomb on a Shihab missile, but assuming that they would provide some of its proxy terrorist organization with a dirty bomb that could explode in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, or in the Middle East. That's a scenario that not only we cannot tolerate, the world cannot tolerate.
Mr. Gissin, the New York Times quoting US officials are saying this secret site built in the ancient city of Qom not yet complete, not yet fully operational. But how is this news likely to be greeted during the G20 talks? We're a bit short of time. Just give us a few thoughts on that.
Well, I think it's a warning signal. It's a warning signal and an urgent call for President Obama to exercise the leadership vis-à-vis Iran that he claimed that he would take in his General Assembly speech. Our view is this, we are ready to exhaust all the possibilities. We're not gung-ho to go on a military operation. We believe that effective sanctions, economic sanctions and other sanctions, which are, maybe this is not the right place to talk about, should be imposed. And that could change the behavior of the regime in Tehran.
OK, well, there's plenty more reaction to come to this story, of course, throughout the day and over the coming days, no doubt. Dr. Ranan Gissin joining us from Tel Aviv there. It's appreciated. Thank you.